25 years or so ago, my world fell apart, and I recognized the brokenness that I was living in. And so I grew up Catholic, so I knew about Jesus, but it absolutely became a reality that I knew that I needed the Lord to save me and redeem me, but I also needed other men to walk in my life with me to help keep me accountable. And to this day, I still have the men in my life that hold me accountable.
My name is Lewis. I can tell you when I first found Jesus was 7, 8 years old. I always went to church with my grandmother. I had no choice. I knew when the pastor preached, he was like, if you accept Jesus in your life, he's talking to you and you can be saved. I'm like, Lord, I love you. I accept you. I know it's more than this. I know I didn't just come from nothing, so I accept you, and that's how it took place.
In 2018, we took the trip to Israel with the church. So while we were in Israel, one of the places we visited was Shechem, which is in the Palestinian territories. And both my wife and I culturally come from Palestine. Pastor Joby began laying out what the One Initiative would look like for our church while we were in Israel. And as Pastor Joby talked and taught about Joshua and declaring, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, what I knew the Lord was saying to me was, there was more to my life, and it was going to involve sharing the gospel with as many people as I could.
So eventually Grandma stopped taking me to church. So I call it a backsliding stage. As you get older, become a teenager, you start rebelling. So I seen a lot of things, dealing with a lot of things of the world. So the foundation would help me from straying too far. It kept me, but I wasn't seeking that relationship. God was like, the life you're living is not the life I have for you.
Part of the discerning of what was next after we came back from Israel was having conversations with some of the pastors here. And the conversation always led to, you should join the school of ministry. And so I began serving as an apprentice in prison ministry. I got hired as an operations minister at our Bay Meadows campus. And so I met Lewis when he applied for an apprenticeship in our school of ministry. Lewis is the guy that will always encourage you. And I see in Lewis a guy who loves Jesus and wants to share the hope and the love of Jesus with everybody he encounters.
It's the greatest marriage just knowing this guy in general. So I just love this guy to death. So I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. It was like his mom had me too. I call him my brother/dad. I don't know. I say, you can be my brother, you can be my dad, whatever you want to be, you my boy.
Lewis has a real desire to serve God in discipleship. The business that he and his wife are running, they have a lot of employees. I pray specifically for their employees and how well they're capable of discipling them.
Me and my wife have owned Salon Honey and Sage since 2019. God says everything you do, give glory to him. So we look at it as a disciple development, building a kingdom as the body.
I was in the hardest time in my life where I recognized the need for discipleship. The men in my life that held me accountable, that spoke truth to me, that helped me understand what discipleship really looked like.
Disciples make disciples because we understand how important it is to share life with somebody.